For the next week, we get to play Rebirth Resurgence Supreme, and I have to say this game mode is a ton of fun, but you've got to be aware of a lot of different things before dropping in. So today, I'm going to quickly go over those with you while actually spectating some trios. Now, first things first, before we jump in, take a second, hit that thumbs up button down below, and for all things Rebirth and Fortune's Keep, make sure you are subscribed. Now, let's go ahead and start off here with the best news, in my opinion. We have the option to play solos, duos, trios, and quads. No more choosing between sweaty game by yourself playing solos or a sweaty game playing with others in quads. We get to have the option of all of the different game modes. So that's good news in my opinion. It'll diversify everything. Should be a little bit more fun to play. Now, the next most important thing, probably the most important thing in this game mode, is going to be floor loot. There are no gray guns, there are no green guns, there are no blue guns. It is all epic guns or better, and they have everything. And not only do they have everything, but just for the fun of it, they threw on a lot of great camos. There's Atomic, there's DM Ultra. There's so many sick camos in this game mode that you'll be able to grab off the ground. There's FFARs, MAC 10s, CX9, Volk, you know, all of the different floor loot guns are epic or better, making them really viable to use. Now, that kind of leads me to my next point, which is going to be your loadout. You know, we still have a free loadout, but loadout actually costs $10,000 in this game mode. Specialist costs $7,500. You can buy Specialist for $7,500, and your loadout costs 10K. So there, right here, we've got an Atomic MP40 that this guy's using. So, you know, there's going to be a conversation about should we buy loadout or should we just go with the floor loot that we have and maybe pick up Specialist instead. And that's going to be an interesting dynamic that we take a look at. It's something I'm going to be playing around with. But like I said, you do get a free loadout in that circle. So with floor loot, definitely a lot of great options. The other one I found on the ground a little bit earlier was the M4. Now, as we get into later game, there's something crucial that I want to talk to you about with guns. Now we go into the next important thing, which is going to be increased health. There is increased health in this game mode. I played about one game of this, and it feels like it's about 350. So normal Rebirth health is 300. You've got 3 plates that are worth 50 apiece, and then you have 150 base health. I think the health on this is 350. So I think you have 200 base health and then 50 for each plate, which feels good. You're definitely going to notice the difference. I did die once or twice because I stopped shooting a little bit earlier, and I was like, when is this guy going to go down? You're going to notice the increased health. So far we've got solos, duos, trios, and quads. We've got the floor loot that we're going to see throughout this game, and of course we've got the increased health. Now let's talk about the resurgence dynamic. Something important here, it's not like Iron Trials, right? If you've ever played Iron Trials, we don't actually get that resurgence dynamic. It truly is like go to the gulag if you die. We do have the resurgence dynamic, but there's something crucial that you need to be aware of. You know, we get the minimap pings after a kill, you fly back and all that stuff, but the timer is doubled, okay? So if you die, you are now out. Base, you know, your base timer is twice as long. So it's going to be a long while before you get back in. Right here, these guys are already at 15, but notice how much time that took off. That resurgence crate right there took off 6 seconds. Anything you do brings your teammates back or brings yourself back, whatever it may be if you're playing solos, twice as fast. So if you get a kill, if you open a crate, if you complete a contract, no matter what it is, you actually come back. By the way, look at this gun right here that this guy's using. Look at the camo right here. You actually come back to MAC 10 with, I think that's DM Ultra. Yeah, that thing looks so sick. So, you know, you come back twice as fast. So what it is encouraging here is going to be action. They are encouraging fights to happen there, you know, especially because you don't need your loadout. They kind of said they want to take the loadout dynamic out of this a little bit. So all of the floor loot guns, for the most part, are going to be usable. Now, I still grabbed a loadout when I played, and, you know, you definitely feel a difference with your loadout guns. But when you fly back in, and there's something that we still need to talk about when it comes to flying back in. Obviously, we see an operation scan right here. You know, when you fly back in and you find a floor loot gun, you feel competitive. You feel like you can get a kill and take out enemies. This guy is all over the place. So right here, look, even the pistols have atomic camos on. It is absolutely crazy, and it's just super cool. It's super fun for those of us that don't actually have the camos. To anybody that camo grinded, I'm sorry. This is the one week that we get to have a little bit of fun. So those are kind of the biggest dynamics. Like I said, free loadout still happens. Loadout's 10K specialist. Now, here's the other thing. The guns you fly back in with are also legendary guns. I mean, they are borderline like floor loot guns. The one that really threw me off was I died once, I think. I was flying back in with a Milano, and then I died again. And once respawn disables, or like that last time you fly back in, that last set of guns that you fly back in with is a full primary and secondary. So I flew back in with a C58 and a Milano, immediately allowing me to be competitive. Good shots right there. Just missed those last few. Allowing me to immediately be competitive. Now, last thing I want to talk about here, because this guy's actually at 5 kills. When you, if you get a 15 kill win, you actually get a legendary calling card. So that's kind of the objective. Oh, he goes for the immediate reach, how he just missed. Good shots right there. I mean, very aggressive player. And that's a good reach out right there. It's aggressive, but like he's not in a situation where he can get thirsted. So 15 kills and a dub gets you, I think it is called the Rebirth Resurgence Supreme victory calling card or something like that. But if you personally drop 15 kills and get the dub, so both of those things need to happen, you're going to get the calling card. And what we see from that is they are really pushing the action here. They're encouraging you to fight without loadout. They're allowing you to get your teammates back quicker by doing certain things, opening a crate, grabbing a contract, whatever it may be. So let's go ahead and see what this team does right here. You know, 9 other teams, still a very healthy lobby. My one game that I did play felt a little bit less sweaty. I think that's something we're going to see with the full playlist. As I kind of mentioned earlier, solos and quads are super sweaty on Rebirth because that's the only thing people can play. Either you're queuing into quads or you're going to play by yourself and play solos, and a lot of the sweats are playing both. Right now, what I think we're going to see is a lot of sweats in solos, a lot of sweats in quads. Trios is going to be a little bit of a secret game mode. I've always liked trios better. I've always found it to be more fun. And duos, you know, who knows about duos? I've never recommended. But let's see what he's got right here. He's got the FFAR right there. He's got the Mac 10 right there. And we see the epic and the legendary guns all over the place, as well as the actual, you know, kind of custom guns that they're giving us or that you get when you fly back in. Let's see what else is on the ground. I mean, there were so, I was amazed by how much there is. There's an M4. Look at the M4 right there. What do we got right here? AMAX? AMAX. Little AMAX action. So, guys, this is a ton of fun. I've been enjoying it. Biggest thing to note is going to be the increased health. The loadout's obviously going to cost 10K. You can make an argument that loadout's still probably going to be worth it. I don't think we get the buy station right here. But a lot of the same stuff that I always talk about still applies. You want to be getting UAVs up. You want to be pushing enemies instead of getting pushed. And the action is definitely going to be there. The one dynamic that we'll see how it plays out is the combination of the longer respawn time with the fact that players can come back quicker if you are actually completing actions. I don't know if that's going to cause lobbies to die out or cause lobbies to stay alive, or maybe it's just a net even and it doesn't really impact anything at all. I mean, this is still a very healthy lobby right here. Seven other teams in third circle. And I think the only time it's gonna affect is if you're like really stacking, you get immediately wiped, or you know, two guys immediately get taken out, and then it is a very long time for you to get back, and there's other people that are actually around you. Let's go ahead and see what these guys are doing right here. We've got the MP40. This is loadout though, so they did opt for loadout, and the specialist could be a huge advantage. I'll tell you what, you know, PR wise, if you find 2 good floor loot guns, don't be afraid to go specialist. There's the team dynamic, of course, with like, you got to keep in mind, but especially for my sweaty players, you know, don't be afraid to go specialist and go that route instead, because you get hardline, you get high alert, you get restock, you get serpentine, quick fix, combat scout, amped, like all of those things that will allow you to play more aggressive. Come on, give me the shot. Hit the shot. Give me the shot with the Car 98. 2 guys right here sniping. We got 1 over to the left. I don't recall seeing any like Car 98 snipers, but again, I only played 1 game, so we'll see what the actual mix is. And it's just, guys, I had a ton of fun playing this. You notice the increased health a little bit. I will say that. You got to keep that in mind. But everything else about it was just a blast. I felt very confident flying back in, knowing that I can take somebody out with the guns, whereas we're not like fighting with good shots right there with the P90. Yeah, 1 over to your right. Yep, now you're in a bad spot. By the way, I never like going on this boat or the one by docks. Reason being is you get stuck here, right? So, like, this guy's kind of trapped here. As long as these guys are looking over the boat, there's not really a whole lot he can do. Let's go ahead and rotate to the next guy here. We got 7, so he's 8 away. He's a little bit far. When we talk about getting 15 kills in a game, right, I always talk about my anatomy of a 20 bomb. Let's talk about 15. I'd probably say, like, 4-3, no, 4-4, that's 8. You know, maybe 5-4-3-3. Maybe that's a good breakdown. 5-4-3-3, somewhere in there. Try to get, you know, 4 or 5 kills. Have 9 by the end of the second circle, and then focus on 3 in the last one, 3 in endgame. You know, of course, endgame can get a little hectic. You can easily pick up. Right here, we've got 14 other people still alive, so you can definitely pick up a lot of kills. 8's a bit much to pick up here, but if you're at 12, that's an easy 3 kills to pick up if you are in the right position. These guys should rotate forward here. They should be pushing Nova. Like, where are you looking? That's the thing. And this guy's just looking down below, but they're just going to get held out of circle. And this team's definitely, you know, look, it is what it is. This is how some teams are going to play this, and you just got to be able to, if you're pushing this team, you can execute on this team. So these are the teams you got to start to find a little bit. People down below, one just bought back. A lot of people still here. A lot of people still in this end game right here. Now, respawn's disabled, so that dynamic goes out the window, and they do have loadout. So the only dynamic that's kind of playing into effect here is going to be the increased health, which right there, that guy he got the down. He got the down. So right there, you kind of see it wasn't that different. I mean, we're talking about damage that guns do is generally around 20 to 30. So we're talking about a bullet or two, give or take. You know, if you hit high damage areas, we're talking about maybe a bullet or two. And by the way, I haven't confirmed whether it's 350. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing that it is. Yeah, he gets the kill right there. He's got 8. He's got 8. He's got 7 other people still alive. Can he clutch this with the whole entire lobby to get the 15 kill calling card? No. His teammate's going to buy back. Now, he needs to go grab plates. There's one straight ahead of him. Yeah. Can he hit the snipe finally? Can he hit I'm trying to think. I don't think I think I covered everything that I needed to. I think I did. I think the coolest part that I was shocked by was the camos, to be honest with you. I think it's so cool that they put in the epic and the legendary camos as well and kind of diversified those into the game because it's just fun to see. It's fun to use them every once in a while. Of course, to the people that grinded, you guys have had them for a while now. To my unlocked tool people, I have no comment. But either way, you know, it's kind of fun that we get to pick those up. Is he going to go down? No, that extra health saves him just a little bit. That guy probably could have been dead there had he not had the extra health, but you got to rotate ahead. What's this guy doing? This guy just got bought back, so he's floating above. He should land top Nova. No, he shouldn't. He should land all the way over here. Yep, this is where he wants to be. By the way, watch what he flies back in with. Watch what he flies back in with. Go down, go down. Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. I want to see what you come back in with. He's got a kilo. Switch to your secondary. What else do you got? You got a kilo into what? No, switch to your secondary. Switch to your secondary. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? 2v3 situation. He's going to die. We're never going to see his secondary. I just wanted to see what your secondary was. I'm pretty sure, at least from my experience, that you fly in with an actual secondary. This guy right here is going to go in and die. So I hope you found today's video helpful. Keep in mind all of those things. Solos, duos, trios, quads, 10k loadout. You've got increased health. You've got better floor loot, so don't feel the need to buy loadout. You got specialists for 7,500. And of course, double the length of time to come back. Double the amount of time by completing stuff to bring your teammates back quicker. So I hope you found today's video helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.